WinteR, who's it going to be? Who walks away here with the win?
Beyond the Summit walks away with the win.
I don't know, man. Reborn, everyone's clients are crashing. They can't connect. So the players, well, maybe slightly agitated here, but we finally have a draft on our hands, deciding game number 3. Let's get into it.
Queen of Pain for S4 and Night Stalker in the dumpster.
In the dumpster. Yep, he is officially dumpstered for this game. Will not be available for either team. So what are the rejects? Well, here, Broodmother's available, has been ignored this series. Tusk is obviously available.
Dumpster probably too harsh. He's in the recycling bin for the next round.
Dumpster would imply he's deleted from Dota forever. Techies I'm okay with, but
Terrorblade got dumpstered.
I'd say he's more like rusty and not in working order, but with a good mechanic and some love and care, could maybe be brought back. Do you miss Terrorblade?
No.
we had a he gave me a look like, who the hell would ever miss Terrorblade?
Eternal envy.
So now the Earthshaker comes out. The CIS-Rejects grabbing the big old Tauren, and well, we'll see what they want to grab with their second pick. Not going Tusk.
I think Alliance would just pick Tusk if Tusk is still available in their next pick. More likely though, because all the games they've been really prioritizing picking the Tusk as a support. Haven't really seen the Donger actually play the Tusk.
And they go Wyvern, so nobody wants the Brood Mama, but maybe Alliance will reconsider, and yeah, there you go. It was only a matter of time before she came out.
10 points for that impression.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're an easy judge.
10 points for Gryffindor.
Have you watched all the Harry Potter movies? Are you a big Harry Potter fan? Who's your favorite character?
Hermione Granger.
Would you marry her?
Possible.
All right, so here we go.
The smoking hot Hermione Granger.
Smoking hot, damn. Strong words. So we see an X-Band now. Alliance trying to remove one of the potential counters to Brood. There's still the Sand King in the pool. Darkseer already gone. I know you've mentioned Tidehunter, but we are not seeing any Tides nowadays, WinteR.
The Tide has definitely gone.
Tide is he's not even in the dumpster. He's like buried in the landfill somewhere far away.
He's just really stuck in a bad place though, with a lot of better offlaners. And I think the biggest problem, I said this a lot, the cooldown on the ultimate is just a big problem.
Everyone wants to fight all the time now, and there's very few heroes with long cooldown
The Tidehunter wants to fight once in a while. That's his problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like, Queen of Pain is the long cooldown ultimate, but she can still do a lot without it, is the main thing. Whereas Tide, it's like, what do you really do? Gush and Anchor Smash? Whoop-de-doo-dah.
He just wants to be tanking with the Kraken Shell. But unfortunately, they are just much more better tankers right now. We have the Ogre, we have the Tusk, we have Night Stalker with the HP regen. There's just so many heroes that does his job better. The only thing he probably does better than everyone else is just the Ravage, which is once in a blue moon he comes out.
There's like a situationally Anchor Smash can be really strong, like versus, I don't know, illusion-based carries, potentially, like stats-based carries.
Lifestealer.
Yeah. Morphlane.
Morphlane? What?
I don't know. Terrorblade. He's decent against Terrorblade. The Anchor Smash. It's really good.
But Terrorblade has high base armor, and Anchor Smash is physical damage.
No, for the damage reduction, I mean, not for the...
damage.
Not for the damage.
I guess damage...
For the reduction.
I guess damage reduction is good versus all carries.
Yeah, but...
What is your point of argument here?
No, but it's based on stats, right? It's not flat damage. It's not like if you plus damage is not as good. And Terrorblade's always about the stats.
5 seconds remaining.
No?
You win. You win.
No? Do I... I didn't say I won.
You're like the watermelon fan gay.
You're the one who brings him up all the time. Alright, so Ember Spirit gets removed here by Alliance, and the Tusk does tank a second phase ban.
So who's going to be the vision hero right now for both the teams? CIS can look to go for the Beastmaster if they want to play the vision game, or Bat Rider. They definitely need something to deal with the Brood. There's still the classic Spirit Breaker plus Brood. I think is one of the strong supports that can actually allow the Brute to be very, very threatening in the map.
They're not very mobile now, the Rejects. That's the biggest worry. They've got good AoE, good clear, but not very good at hunting. So, well, if not a Bat Rider or Spirit Breaker, anything
or
else?
a Beastmaster.
We used to see a lot of Storm.
That guy is literally in the dumpster.
Too nerfed. They'll go Shadow Fiend
The
instead.
Swagger Fiend, Radiant Swagger Fiend is always, I mean,
Well, it's always good until you lose that tier 1 bottom and then the Brood steals your jungle. Then it's tough.
they have the Shaker to constantly protect the Shadow Fiend. So I guess if you run Shaker as a support, he's gonna do a lot of stacking for the Shadow Fiend, and it's gonna allow the Shadow Fiend to actually. I guess you kind of want to focus on your side of the two camps instead of going too far into the Brood Mother's
5
area.
seconds remaining.
Hmm.
But they do not still have good heroes versus the Brood. I mean, Wyvern and Shaker has good AoE, but they are not good supports. If you're running Wyvern and Shaker as a support, it's not really good supports. It's not ideal supports to
Could be an
deal with the
off-lane
Brood.
Shaker as well.
Yeah, I mean, still we are looking for something that deals with the Brood Mother.
Alliance just going for lane presence here. They get
And
the
burst
Lina.
damage against Core Embrace. You want to have massive spell damage against the...
Oh, they do now. They've got a lot of nuke damage. Only 3 picks in as well.
So right now, what do CIS-Rejects go for that actually can deal with the Brood? If you talk about carries that can deal with the Brood Mother, that's not really
Carries that can deal with her.
There's
There's
really not
very
many.
few.
You can go for Bristol, I guess. Bristol is considered a carry.
10
Or you can go, what else? Carries that can
Bring
go...
up the heroes list. Let's have a look.
No, I refuse to
You
do so.
refuse to do so.
I have this memory.
Legion commander is decent. Okay, they go Legion.
His turn to pick.
It's not great though.
They have... You know, I hate to say this, but Duel and Winter's Curse is like kind of weird,
They're
right?
at cross purposes a bit, yeah. But a lot of lockdown though. They've got really good BKB piercing lockdown this game.
Yeah, but they need damage though. When you lock someone down, you need to finish them off, so you need a damage dealer. And if you run... I mean, if you run Shaker as off lane, then you need another support that deals massive amount of damage, like a Skywrath or maybe a Lion Finger. But all those supports are terrible against Brood Mother.
Reserve time.
Yeah. Alliance still don't have their initiator, so I guess looking at what Alliance will be going for here. We talked a lot about the S4 Bat, but I guess he's more likely to be the Queen of Pain player. Maybe like a Loda Slardar type hero.
Oh, Slardar sounds good this game.
They
And they
got
have
the
the...
Venge, so it could be a Slardar.
They get the Venge for dealing with the duel. You can actually swap the target out. And again, it provides, I say this a lot, dire side, you want to have something that helps you to actually finish the rush easily, so you can actually abuse it time and time when you're on the dire side. So Venge actually provides that. Not a hero we see too often nowadays.
And
But
they've got good lane presence already, Quap and Broodmother. So we saw a Venge Tusk yesterday, but I feel like the problem was that the lanes were kind of weak, and so Venge had to play the zoning role, and obviously that's just not Venge's strength. But this game, Queen of Pain, Broodmother, very strong laning heroes already, so the Venge will have a little room to roam about.
CIS-Rejects actually think that Lycan might be a huge problem because it's going to allow them to do the rush and just have that aura, a lot of damage with the Venge. And not only that, it's also going to strengthen the Broodmother with the
10
Howl
seconds
on the
remaining.
field. So overall, I think it's a really solid brand from
5
CIS-Rejects.
seconds remaining.
So what is Alliance going to take out? I think mainly for CIS-Rejects, they want heroes that can deal damage. So you want to ban out... It's really hard to pinpoint what they're going to do with their heroes because Shaker can go offlane or support. But at the end of the day, they do need heroes that deal damage so you can finish them off during the curse and the duel.
Yeah, who's an offlaner that does damage that's available? I feel like there's very few offlane options at this point. I mean, look at the bans. Doom, Tusk, Darkseer, Night Stalker, Axe. Who remains, WinteR? Who?
The Mountain King.
Huh? Offlane?
Yeah, maybe not a good idea. But yeah, they're going to ban out.
Okay, so they are expecting the support Shaker. Interesting.
So what else could work on the offlane that deals damage?
Also is going to probably, quite possibly, lane against the Quap if they don't want to send it mid. We'll see about that.
Damage offlane. Strength hero. There's still Undying. But Undying doesn't deal too much damage. It's not really a good choice here. Man, I'm struggling. Help! Gorman.
Wind Ranger?
10 seconds remaining.
You're not blown away by the
Yeah,
possibility.
but it's still possible. It's still like not a bad choice. It's quite alright. Not that bad.
Reserve time.
Come on, Mr. Gorman, help! Okay, I'm going to the hero pool.
Ah, you cracked! I knew you finally would.
Centaur Warrunner, Elder Titan.
Bristleback. Elder Titan, huh? I know we saw a little bit of him at ESL 1.
Phoenix
Oh,
Winter-
Phoenix.
Phoenix plus Wyvern.
There's no silences here. There's not very many instant, but I guess Queen of Pain can go Orchid.
Damn!
Oh, you're a god! Give this man a medal. This is why we flew you in, Winter.
You got the Legion.
How are you
right.
gonna celebrate your
So you got the
latest accomplishment?
Come on. You got the Legion right, I got the Phoenix right, so 50-50.
50-50. All right, we're a team. Ride or die.
Right on.
Final pick though for Alliance. What's it gonna be here? The Phoenix comes out.
10
Do they
seconds.
consider like a
Silencer.
core
safe lane.
silencer?
But does Loda actually play core silencer? I'm not sure.
Remaining.
I mean, I guess it could be core Lina and then support silencer, but don't you feel like that kind of weakens your lanes too
Reserve
much?
time.
I actually like silencer as a core because it's good versus Phoenix. It's good versus the core embrace.
It's also good when the duel happens if you just interrupt it with a global, so there's no follow-up.
10 seconds remaining.
Could be an interesting choice, but yeah, exactly like you predicted, Winter. It's a Wraith King. Great call again.
I have 2
You're
lives.
2 for 2.
I have 2 lives. I don't care about a duel.
Yeah, it is the duel counter. Well, you know, we used to talk about Wraith King.
Man,
You remember when the Void,
the
like
aura-
Faceless Void, was really popular?
Yeah, the
Wraith
aura
King
sh-
was the Doom counter and like the Chronosphere counter.
But he gets kited though a lot by core embrace. But
They
they
have Fire Spirits too. They've got so much control.
they
for
have
them.
a lot of aura. They have lifesteal aura for the
Level 1 Roche. Here they go.
summit qualifiers level 1.
Now,
Roche.
let me ask you, is there any chance of something unexpected here, like an aggressive tri-lane from Alliance? Is that something CIS-Rejects can handle?
Sounds like a good plan. Venge, Lina, Wraith King. Stun, stun, stun. First bird, double kill, triple kill. Broodmother versus Phoenix, easy lane. Queen of Pain versus SF, easy lane. Good idea.
All right. So, exactly as expected, Loda heads towards top. So, the aggressive tri-lane clearly about to happen. We're 2 for 2 here. Actually, 4 for 4. Undefeated on our predictions. Excellent work, Winter. So, game 3 has begun. Deciding match here in the winner bracket. Losing team will drop down. Not knocked out, but has a long, hard climb if they want to be one of the 2 teams from Europe with a shot to qualify to the summit. Now, a pause, and yeah, I don't want to do that.
It wouldn't be a Dota game if there's no pause.
Yeah, especially it wouldn't be a reborn game if there was no pause.
Then you can actually live up to your name beyond the schedule.
I think the caster's already ensured that we did with the constant disconnects and failed loads. Thank you, Reborn. Yeah, you better apologize. Yeah, it seems Alliance may be getting a little frustrated here. Not sure if they have PC issues or what's going on, man. Maybe just needed a nice refreshing glass of
White
vodka.
wine. White wine. No, a screwdriver.
So Winter only knows how to make one drink, guys. He knows how to make one alcoholic beverage, and it is a screwdriver.
And
Tell me, Winter, how do you make a screwdriver?
Orange and vodka. And
But
I,
what's like the right balance? What's
I
your?
only know the ingredients.
Do you know like the right ratio of the orange juice? Do you have any garnishes that go with your
No, there's no
screwdrivers?
garnish for screwdriver. I know another drink, the Black Russian.
The Black Russian.
Yeah, coffee liquor plus vodka. Yeah.
Hmm.
Did I get that right?
I don't know. I've never heard of a Black Russian before. On pause. Let's get into it now. CIS-Rejects. Game 3. They're ready to go. Bulldog heading towards bottom. He'll be the Broodmother. Surprisingly ignored through the first 2 games. Banned 5th in the last one.
Mother comes.
Already the ping's coming out here. They're just expecting the mama to be in the neighborhood. Meanwhile, Loda scouted out by a Radiant Observer Ward as Goritz is going to hide himself in the tree line. Maybe looking for some sneaky early experience. Uh-oh. Bulldog. Gotta be careful, my friend. They dropped the sentry. They even had a dust available, but he will squirm himself back to safety. Still, though, they're hunting, and they get the extra lane ward down. Bulldog, only a single sentry, Winter.
Man,
when we saw
the game
some
before-
of the earlier Brood games, they had 3 sentries.
That was yesterday.
Yeah. Bulldog's not getting that kind of love.
That was from Pain Gaming. Tavo had 3 sentries to start the game with, and he's gonna place his own sentry in a really good spot. Looks for the opponent's sentry. Well played.
Yeah, they still have 1 more sentry to dust, but this will definitely help out the dog.
Very well played. So, very normal stuff. The Queen and the Shadow Fiend gets their much needed bounty rune. And we'll see whether the Queen is going to be able to actually dominate the SF in the lane. But it's going to be hard with the Shaker constantly roaming around and helping the SF with stacking and whatnot. Even if the SF somehow falls behind, he's going to be able to catch up. So the Venge is actually going to come towards the middle lane to help out the Queen.
Early on, they get the Shadow Strike to Iceberg. Now, last game, we saw him dominate on the Wind Ranger, but definitely not an easy matchup here. He'll be on the Shadow Fiend side this time around. Riz Radiant has the Earthshaker to back him up a bit. You know, Bulldog heavily harassed in the bottom lane off the bat. Artez, definitely one of the better heroes for this laning stage versus the Brood on that Legion commander. Already, Alliance looking for the stacks here. Just going to start stacking up the medium camp. Started with some Centaurs. And meanwhile, Raidkin getting safe lane farm. Goritz about to get close to level 2 here. They have not scouted him out just yet. And they even have a lane ward, but this was planted after he hid in the trees.
Yeah, he came much earlier than that, so they didn't see his movements into the trees. But once he pops level 2, it's going to sound the alarm if they check the scoreboard. So right now, we see Shaker still constantly being around middle to make sure that the Shadow Fiend has a good time. But looking at CS-wise, S4 is still ahead. 4 last hits and 4 denies, and there's going to be a wave of creeps coming into S4's tower. So it's going to put him further ahead once he gets more last hits. So things looking good for the mid lane for Gustav at the start of this game.
And Artez also having a nice time here bottom. Already 8-2 up against the Brood. Bulldog, though, is getting his levels. Clips level 3, and, you know, this is how it always begins, Winter.
This is always how it begins. And the second thing that will accelerate his grip into the game is the rotations on Queen, and you want to see a support rotation as well. Maybe the Bench and Lina smoking going towards the bottom lane. You need that one rotation to help the Brood become a monster.
Iceberg definitely not having an explosive start here, though. And, well, they are stacking to try and help him get a little bit of additional farm.
They do not know that the Bench has an invis rune.
No Radiant Vision of that top rune, unfortunately.
Always want to fly is here, though, to make sure that nothing
Ake's not even going to try for it. He's, I think, expecting the Earthshaker to be there.
This is going to be a very early rotation to help the Brood, but it's probably going to get them a kill since the Donger has a lot of babies ready to go.
Nice. Bankscore trying his best to harass Bulldog back. Very explosive Splinter Blast coming out now. As Goritz will finally make his big run back. He has been scouted out here at long glass. Heavy damage from Loda. Doesn't have the Rain of Protection, so 0 armor to work with. And in the end, the Venge not able to find the opening. Will back himself away. Man, Goritz almost in danger of dying here. That's a level 3 Lina, narrowly dodging the stun. Well, Bulldog scrambling away to the west.
Oh, they popped their dust as well. He should be fine.
He's got another web.
Yeah, he should be fine. Dust wasted. Space created.
And they even rotated always want to fly down, so this will free things up for S4 in the mid lane, who is dominating pretty substantially so far. 14-6 to your 9-7 Shadow Fiend.
And you need to check his bank account. He has 2 stacks on either side. Oh, the courier!
Iceberg, gotta be careful. Ake first lights the courier. Now he's gonna turn around, kills off the Shadow Fiend, and indeed did lose the bottle.
There goes his bank account.
Yeah, there goes the lane. Right down the drain. Ouch. Well, Ake very patient, Winter. He tried to make a move bottom, didn't work, comes back to mid, sneaks around.
Brother, it's 4 minutes.
Yeah.
No flying courier. Why?
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. It's not. Oh, Goritz. Not having the Rain of Protection, he just melts to the auto attacks.
And he didn't really. I don't think it actually paid off that well though, because like if you start out by blocking the creeps, you probably were able to get level 2 as well. So I don't think his early move actually paid off. He didn't get too much more experience compared to the usual off lane, and yeah, I'm not so sure though. I didn't feel like it actually helped him get more
Well, it's interesting
experience.
because he started boots first, but then he was hiding in the trees where you don't really need the boots if you're not running.
No, he wanted to get there in time.
Yeah. As it turned out, Alliance didn't really rush to the lane, but I guess he doesn't know that.
So the Brood Mother is gonna get released. Double Sage Mask plus Soaring, and Queen of Pain is level 6. He's gonna send himself a TP when the courier has time for him, and that's gonna put the Brood Mother in aggressive mode on.
Iceberg trying to claw together whatever CS he can, but knows now S4 is level 6, closing on level 7.
Oh no, is the Brood gonna find the
Stack.
bank account? The bank account.
Yeah. The stacks are available.
No.
Now, once the actual hero kills,
Man,
it
the
looks like
Brood-
always want to fly scouted out up on the high ground over near the Ancients. Can't even get a fissure off. There's a Quappled at the ready. Does he try to deny to the neutrals? He will. S4, no chance of that. He says, uses the scream to secure the
Oh
kill.
my god, his bank account is jeopardy. It's in jeopardy.
Bulldog just pilfering every last bar of gold and dollar bill that remains within. Working first on the one camp. While that's happening, they're even going to go more, doubling down on the economy as Loda grabs a Midas. All 3 cores farming on Alliance. The jungle completely infested now. This disgusting creature just taking everything over. May even find additional stacks here.
Oh my god, this is so big for Alliance right now. Totally shutting down this Shadow Friend. The Swagger Fiend is gonna have a really, really tough time this game, even though it's a Radiant Swagger Fiend.
Uh-oh, Bulldog. He's at level 6 here. Always want to fly. Has to be cautious. While that's happening, Gory's being zoned back on the top lane. Does finally have the Tranquil Boots, so a little bit more sturdy, but now the nukes are highly leveled, and while that was happening, the Iceberg gets picked off mid lane. Went to farm his stack. Always
Yeah.
want to fly. Unable
Sonic-
to help him.
Sonic Wave plus Spawn Spiderling.
Easy pickoff. So all around the map, Alliance
my
just in
God.
full-on pressure, and now he finds the big stack. Juicy, delicious creeps. Everything for Bulldog. Well,
No leftovers for Iceberg.
I don't even want to look at the gold graph, but I'm going to do it, WinteR.
Oh, no,
I
Goretz.
kind of have to. It's my job as a caster, and we even catch Goretz getting smacked down top lane while that's happening. This is like an 8,000 gold lead at 7 minutes. It might be one of the most one-sided starts I've ever seen.
They just got outmaneuvered, you know, by the rotations and winning the lanes as well. Bench made sure that the Queen won his lane, and they were able to scout out. It's just really good movements from the whole team in general, understanding the situation that SF is in trouble. You need to shut down the SF by shutting down him in the lane and stealing his stack. Everything going on. as
Goretz, he
planned.
didn't dive in time. He may end up going down here. Can't even make it out. The burn damage from Wraithfire Blast. Enough to get the kill. The feed train is leaving the station. And
all
all
three-
aboard from CIS-Rejects. 6 unanswered kills.
All 3 games, he's really not doing very well on the offlane. Every game, he's been giving up a lot of kills towards the Alliance side. And this game, Iceberg is not having the explosive start like the last game to enable the team to actually get carried.
8,000 gold and rising. The route is on for Alliance. Scarcely 8 minutes in. Orchid well underway for Bulldog with a lot of gold in the bank. S4 also doubling down on the Orchid. He's going to buy one too, it looks like. So we're going to see 2 ways to deal with this
He
Phoenix
might-
in the mid game.
He might not actually go for the second Orchid though. I'm
Well,
not
we'll,
sure.
see, we'll see. He gets the casual robe of the Magi for now, but I guess doesn't have to build it.
He can just go for maybe, you know, the medallion build so they can Roche. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. Mid lane we see the bench going in on Iceberg once more.
Fire Spirit's coming out. They're trying to turn this one around. Goretz, he jumps in. Has to be careful about the counterplay. And from the rear comes the Spider. Just classic Broodmother action.
And
For Alliance.
Is this even an offlane Broodmother?
It's a mid Broodmother. Jungle Brood. Bulldog's level 9. He is the highest level in the game. And they rotate 4 heroes mid. They get no kills. They still lose their Shadow Fiend. They're about to lose Goretz as Bulldog comes in, pokes him again. Further adding to the swarm.
And what are they gonna do right now?
They- I don't
The
know.
last game was 14 minutes. This game, 10.
I mean, they may fight longer, but it feels even more one-sided.
Okay, it's gonna be.
There's a medallion. This is Roche, basically, whenever Alliance wants it.
Yeah, it's gonna be a secondary orchid as well on the Broodmother since the bench chooses to go for. He's rich enough to afford a medallion this early.
Game was hard.
Game is hard. Mistakes were made. I immediately regretted my decision.
Boy, you're just a walking chat wheel. It really feels like Goritz is just not getting the job done in the offlane though. This is 3 games now where he's had a very poor start.
Goritz is chat wheel, my bad.
Yeah.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh my god, Orchid, 9 minutes. This is gonna be the
He's
fastest.
got Orchid before Phoenix has level 6.
Who's gonna die first? Okay,
You sounded so excited. Well, probably
Okay.
Artez, I was gonna say. Oh, nice duel, bro. Too bad you can't. Gonna tick down to the soul burn. Bulldog dominating in more ways than kills. Now pressuring the bottom lane. About to crack level 10. And just no counterplay. They're not pushing. They're not farming their woods.
they can just go for Roche right now after this.
They're getting spanked, man.
Tower is under attack.
They're just getting moved around. There's no answers though. They need their level 6 on Phoenix to be able to fight, but there's Orchids coming up on the Queen and the Broodmother, so it's really difficult though. They have really strong team fight with the ultimates coming online, but getting there is a huge problem for them.
Well, and the Orchid, the double Orchid is the counter to the ultimates, which isn't really all that far off.
Top lane in Goretz, is he gonna get a kill for his team?
Maybe, but he's also likely to pay. S4 finishes him off. My nut survives. Lives to tell the tale. They tried to burn him, but he hangs on.
Heat resistant nuts.
Oh, always a pleasure casting with a 12-year-old. I mean, what kind of a person would make a joke about my nuts? It's not very appropriate, WinteR. I just see him trying so hard not to giggle. He's trying to control himself, guys. He really is. But, yeah, it's 10-0. It's a 12,000 gold lead, WinteR. You're the captain right now of CIS-Rejects. How do you come back? What's your brilliant gambit?
You have to try and get kills. There's a dagger on Artes soon. That's the only play. If they can actually get kills, they're gonna be able to start to get levels. You get a kill, you get ultimates on Phoenix and Wyvern, and then you start. Okay, Wyvern actually has his ultimate. Wow, the Phoenix is lower level than the support. Oh my god. They need to get their ultimates online, get a pick off, and take a team fight, and hopefully they win the team fight with their combos.
Blink
That's their
Dagger
best bet.
purchased, but before he even picks it up and arrives mid, they may lose this tower. Loda in full-on siege has his own blink to match it. They continue pressing in. Fissure will be there. No deny attempted, but they do harass Loda a bit. Now Alliance, the way lies open if they want to go into Roche, but no, they swap Goritz from the high ground. And they'll finish him off easily. The Phoenix dead again. Blinking in his Loda. Smacks down another. The Earthshaker next on the list, and now Alliance in headlong pursuit. They're pitching a shutout here. And it doesn't seem like the Rejects will be able to respond anytime soon. My nuts in position. He gets cursed, but there's nobody to attack him. It's a blown ultimate, and now it's probably the death of Vangscore as well. Nuked up. Laguna just to secure it. My nuts has no mercy. If they want, they can rotate into the rush pit now, but they could also just run down mid. Control yourself.
Can't help it, dude. Sorry.
Alright, free rush.
Smoke.
Free Aegis.
I think they need to just try and smoke and just go find a pick off with the blink on the Legion Commander. They have to use this one time and then get the Phoenix ultimate on. That's their best bet. I don't think they have any other play left. If they continue farming, there's no way they can win.
Is under attack.
They're going to make their move now. The smoke not scouted, so this could be a slight opportunity, but they're going to need their Shadow Fiend there. As poor as he is a hefty part of their nuke damage. Rotating into position, a network of spiderlings in their path, and Ake will be there to break the smoke. Artez, Blink Dagger gets canceled by the Wave of Terror. He's going to engage, gets off a good overwhelming odds. The Quap Bolt, though, zones the rest of the squad back. Artez sprints here, there, everywhere, but kept alive by a Cold Embrace. Still hasn't even bothered to duel. Maybe could get a kill off of this. Bulldog's ever so low, but he got the lifesteal going. A quick winner for him. Iceberg turned into another aspect of the Bulldog Swarm. Vangscore will be last. It's a triple. And we might see a 14-minute GG. I mean, this is just beyond brutal. But they did get my nuts at the very least.
Yeah, they didn't have the curse though. If they had the curse, I think they might been able to maybe kill one more hero, maybe two. It was just he wasted the curse before and it was such a long cooldown. They needed every single ability to be there. There was just no other way. You could see the potential though. They still was close to killing a couple of heroes with their combo. It's really strong.
It's just such a rough start in the laning stage, but you know, this is kind of what the Alliance draft was designed to do. You get Broodmother, Queen of Pain first two. You expect to have a good laning stage. Maybe not quite this good, but man. Well, Alliance is looking like they're on the upswing here. About to complete a mech on the Lina support of all things as Artez. A nice blink dagger, buddy. Bulldog in pursuit has the ultimate. Hasn't even bothered to use it. Gonna get the kill just with the spiderlings. And at the same moment, always want to fly. Just being picked off. This is feeling like a pub stomp. 5-0 and 10 on S4. CIS-Rejects, they came out hot out of the gates a couple of weeks ago, or maybe more like a month ago, right after the reshuffle, but they are looking very outgunned against Alliance.
Yeah, it's just like the small little details that went wrong in the early stages. They got the stack stolen, they lost the courier, they didn't upgrade flying courier at 4 minutes, and Gorex on the off lane didn't really play safe enough. And it was just all these small little things that add up together. And Iceberg, another death.
Trapped out, and Loda hacking away here. Didn't even have the armlet, now being delivered. And while that's going on in the mid lane, my nuts going for the solo kill on Gory too. A little egg. Gets out, but well, there's your first supernova of the game.
Second, Roshan Pit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, for what it was worth. This one actually goes off. Jump in. They dust Bulldog. He's got the Orchid, though. Oh, doesn't cast it in time. Fisher coming through. Didn't get off the ultimate either. And Artez may actually be able to get a dual win.
Wow, 1,000 gold swing.
Oh, my goodness. No dual win, though. Doesn't get the bonus damage, but he'll definitely take the gold. 2-21 your score.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
2 kills away from the dream.
It's gonna be a long way though for them to crawl back into this game. That's a start, getting a big kill and getting the experience for that, but they still need maybe 10 of those in a row somehow. And they don't really have that.
10 of those in a row.
They don't really have that many smokes to work with as well. You usually get that pickoffs with using smoke since it's daytime now. It's very difficult to just run up and get a blink duel off without a smoke. And the vision from Alliance right now is really good. Top side of the map, they have like 2 wards up there. They have 1 ward scouting the tier 2 and the bottom lane as well. So they have really good vision to avoid all those ganks from happening.
Gonna make their move onto the top lane. 3 heroes rotating just to slow down Ake and Loda, but they calmly retreat out while S4 pushes in bottom. Alliance taking their time with this one. They got some good vision here. My nuts, he had a ward up on the high ground, but he's gonna get caught out anyway, but the duel will give away the first successful duel win of the game. They had 2 wards actually in position to scout that.
Huh, that was really unusual though. They had vision there, but they still got caught.
Yeah, and they had a lot of notification. S4 up against Iceberg here, has the ultimate. They go in with the stun. Winter's Curse right when he would like to finish the job. We'll get it done with 1 extra auto tech. Loda now on the chase, has a DD rune available. On the backside of the fight is the Phoenix of Gourds. He gets silenced. He could have maybe supernovaed. Blinking forward. We'll follow up and at least pop the Aegis, but while that's happening, Loda's going hard in the paint. He'll find another kill. Gourds pursued out, finished off by S4, and the rest of the gang in a headlong retreat. 3 dead in a 4v5. They only lose a support Lina who got completely caught out at the beginning. Alliance in cruise control as they clip past a 24-3 lead en route to what seems like a very early GG.
Yeah, at this point right now, it's like they can't really even take any direct engagements because they're just so far behind. They need to just rely again, I think, just by pickoffs. They have to pick off because Broodmother is going to be alone, so there's a really good chance of you picking off the Broodmother if she's out of position, if Bulldog's out of position. You need to rely on all those small mistakes that Alliance is going to make though at this point. It's very hard for them to take a direct head-on fight anymore.
It took 3 heroes just to bring down my nuts. That's not a great sign, to be honest. Alliance now may look to push in mid. All 3 lanes are pushing. Aegis now expended. So if they really want to slow roll it, they could wait 3 to 6 minutes before that next go.
There's no rush though. I don't think they are on any sort of timer. They can take it slow, get the next Aegis, put it on Quap once more, and just with the reincarnation from Wraith King from Loda. So it's as little risk as possible, because at this point of time, every single kill they give up is a lot of gold. It's a massive gold swing.
You can see that gigantic jump upwards. I mean, it looks small because of how far ahead they are, but that was like 10% of the advantage of Alliance gone to 1 kill. Was ending a pretty big streak for the dog.
He has the BKB right now though, so he's much more survivable if he gets caught. And even now, with the if he gets his BKB off, I don't think they have enough damage to kill him if he's with his team. It might even take like at least 3 heroes to actually gank him though. Game is really tough for them.
They're just buying whatever they can. Iceberg now grabbing up the Sanj, just the cheapest items possible. One item that they're about... Oh, no, I was going to say, always want to fly. He's about to pick up his Blink Dagger, and he will barely survive, but not so lucky as Gory. It's pursued to the ends of the earth by S4. Soulburn will finish the kill. Another death for the ill-fated Phoenix. Now 1-9. But he's not alone. Every single hero on the Radiant with a extremely negative kill-to-death ratio. Just nobody having a good time. But give them credit. They're hanging in there.
Oh my god, this Sentry is not helping their cause as well. Unable to devote the vision that Alliance have. Oh dear.
It's so close that the green line intersects the ward, but doesn't actually cross through the hitbox where they need it to be.
And here comes
They will try to keep Iceberg alive for now, but they zone back the Wyvern, and now they start to go to work on the Shadow Fiend. He'll attempt to TP out Loda, just hunting for additional kills on the backside of the fight, finishes off Vangscore, and unable to escape was the Shadow Fiend, because Ake rotated in, I believe.
Okay.
S4 wasn't even there.
Good luck trying to duel the Queen of Pain now. Gem plus Lincoln's. This is the nail in the coffin, removing all the vision, get the second Roshan, and end the game.
I don't really know what else to say at this point, man. This game has been very one-sided, WinteR.
Even if they land... Okay, hypothetically they land...
Fissure on 5, into a Winter's Curse on 5, into a Requiem, with the egg going off over the top. Let's just pretend magically all of that happens. You've still got a second life on the Wraith King. You've got a BKB on the Broodmother, so probably neither of those heroes are dying. Or if they die once on the Wraith King, he's coming right back. I don't even think then they can win. Maybe they can kill a support or two and win a duel, but...
I guess if they figure 5, it's possible. Echo on 5 on top of the egg.
He does have the blink now, always want to fly.
Radiant's courier.
Man, they're just making every single small step.
And now killing off the Radiant Courier, trying to retreat back from the side shop. Didn't have anything important
And now
on it.
this is the second last Observer Ward they have on the field.
As the light goes out and is extinguished here for the CIS-Rejects Alliance. They burn brighter, looking for a Game 3 win. And their first series win in some time. Alliance has been kind of hit or miss as of late. They will have to go through the regional qualifiers to get to the Fall Major. Missed out on pretty much every big land before the Fall Major. Definitely an important step for them here, getting some momentum, some confidence. They will try to close out the victory now. Loda up through the front, tanks a raise, a lot of nuke damage. Too much for his taste. By the way, already level 17 at 23 minutes. And Artez on the run, slowed down. Blade Mail was popped. That will deter any additional aggression. And always want to fly. He blew the Blink Echo. And now, they have nothing to defend the high ground, but they may get the kill on S4, though. Winter's Curse is on him. Duel's on my nuts. Can they finish the job? Trying to. No, S4, too much damage. He may finish off Vangscore as well. Bulldog going to work. Solo killing the Phoenix Sun and will successfully explode it. The Supernova, not to the liking of CIS-Rejects, frantically buying back on the Wyvern, but he's got no Winter's Curse. And at long last, the nightmare will end. The CIS-Rejects giving up 4 more kills with a buyback. A dieback also on the WinteR Wyvern, so make it 5. Make it 6 now with the Legion going down again. They threw whatever lives they had left at Alliance, but, I mean, this game, honest, let's be real, WinteR, this was over at 10 minutes, if not sooner.
Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised they didn't tap out though. There's really no chance they can win the game anymore now at this point.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
When you
Where do you see the biggest issues for CIS-Rejects?
They just didn't play the lanes good enough. They made too much errors, I think. Offlane didn't go too well. SF got shut down way too hard. Probably the Wyvern would have just been better helping the SF as well. Like, the Legion was fine at bottom lane 1v1. I'm not sure though. I think the two biggest thing is the offlane gave up too many kills. The Phoenix died too many times. And SF lost his bottle. Didn't get the career upgrade at 4 minutes. They are stacked. His bank account got emptied by Broodmother.
Just a terrible laning stage, basically.
It's like, that is the worst possible case scenario that could have happened in the game, and it happened.
Unfortunate in the deciding game number 3 as well. Alliance, they were quick to throw in the Talon game 2, but they clearly were poised and prepared for this one. You know, and it's interesting to see the Brood just kind of ignored, and then Alliance like, oh, hey, that's a hero. We could run the Brood. Definitely caught CIS-Rejects off guard, I think.
I still felt that they could have adjusted so many things, even if you talk about them executing with the exact same draft right now with what they have. They just had so many small things they could have done better, which could have avoided a lot of the scenarios that happen in the game. They just didn't execute very well. Can't really blame everything on the draft at the end of the day.
No, definitely can't. There was a lot of great individual plays by Alliance. Ake sniping a courier and getting a first blood. The courier died 3 times this game.
Man,
as well.
the courier is like,
the courier was Alliance's real bank account. That was their trust fund.
ground courier at 4 minutes.
Yeah, Goreet's having a terrible showing in the offlane.
Earthshaker had 450 gold when the courier died.
Hey, he wanted boots. And the worst part was the bottle was on the courier, just to like even further put the nails in the coffin for the laning stage.
Tough game, tough game.
The game was hard for the CIS-Rejects, but they'll have a chance to bounce back, guys.
There's also one more thing that they didn't do. They didn't fissure the offlane. They could have just fissured the offlane for the Phoenix instead of doing his shenanigans, and that would have at least given him level 3.
So basically what you're saying is if they do everything different, they can possibly win in the future.
With the same lineup, yes.
Okay. So you heard it here first, guys.
What? You're putting...
You said they did nothing right.
Alright, dude.
WinteR's such a flamer. Guys, thank you for joining us here for the Summit for Europe.
Flamer.
We'll take a look at our bracket now before we wrap up the day, if it's ready. It is ready, so we can see how things are progressing now. We're getting towards the end of the round of 12. Just have Power Rangers versus New Team 1, 2, 3, 1... Or, no, sorry, Monkey Business. That was actually a forfeit. So Monkey Business is going to advance, and New Team 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 will drop down, I believe. Admin was maybe talking about replacing them, but I think it may be too difficult scheduling-wise. So either way, Na'Vi waiting for their opponents. So the round of 8 looking quite jam-packed here down the stretch. But with that said, guys, thank you for joining us for the European qualifier. We do have some American Dota coming up for you next here at the Summit 4. But for now, it's going to be WinteR and LD signing off. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
He's the flamer.